Hello, and welcome to another MCO update on Bitcoin. The market today has basically just been chopping around, nothing particularly clear. We're still below the swing high, the overnight swing high. The move down doesn't look particularly impulsive, and the wave count I shared with you in the previous video remains valid. I mean, bottom line is the move to the upside is very full. We're just moving sideways and have been moving sideways overall since the Thursday high. So I think we are in something that we could call potentially a topping area. That is in line with the analysis on the daily time frame as well. Some of you might be new to this channel. So on the daily chart, by the way, check out the previous video for more detailed analysis of the daily chart. But we have a 5-wave move up. That A wave has run into resistance, which is here around $104,500. And I think, that's my view, it seems probable that in the next 1 or 2 weeks, maybe even next week, we start that B wave pullback. At least I'm watching for a top already. The wave count to the upside is full. That being said, I'm going to keep the door open for higher prices for now, but only when looking at the very short-term chart, because there is no sign of a top yet. It just means the risk has increased. Yeah. Just to explain again that we might see here a little bit further upside if the wave 4 extended a little bit, maybe here, as you can see, and then we might be working on a 5th wave in a diagonal pattern. But this wave count is invalidated with a break below the red line at $102,960. So it's this swing low that formed on Saturday. That would invalidate this direct move up. Actually, already here, this swing low at 103,000. What's that? 103,400 roughly. Yeah, this is the nearest key level. More substantial, I think, is this one from Saturday. This what I just mentioned. Yeah. We're also holding above this trend line, so the market broke out. It's now just testing from above, but again, also holding below that 88.7 retracement. So we're just chopping around. I think what will be important is how the weekly candle closes. So we should get some volatility. Important also to mention that on the Nasdaq, the S&P 500, I'm looking for a top. We could get one more high, but overall, most of that rally from the April low should be done. By the way, today in our member live stream at 5 p.m. UTC, we're going to take a look at the SPX chart as well, the Nasdaq. So if you're interested in that, check it out. You can also re-watch the recording that will be available. Yeah, with any membership, you can get access. So that might be interesting because we want to cover the broader market outlook as well. What can I say? We're just chopping around. So as I said, first indication that a top of sorts is in place would actually be a break really below the Saturday low, the red line. Then this support area will come into focus first. That's a micro support area. It technically still keeps the door open for higher. The reason I have this on the chart is because technically speaking, this could turn into a wider wave 4. But if you look at the wave 2, how small it was, yeah, it doesn't really look like that, right? So that's why it's marked with a question mark. And if we test this support area, it might already be an indication that we're breaking down. For now, I have not, in this entire period from the April low, I have not confirmed the top yet. But once we start to break these support levels, this will become much more probable. Depending on how it breaks, obviously, we can then make an assessment of whether a top is really in or not. The pullback in the B wave is definitely due now. It doesn't mean it has started. The structure to the upside looks mature. That's fine, but it doesn't mean it's complete necessarily. Yeah. Even on the smaller time frame, though, we have enough, let's call it waves in place to consider it complete, however. Important is to understand the higher the A wave goes, technically, the C wave should also go higher. Okay, so the length of the A wave will determine the length of the C wave. Let's assume, just some assumption here. The price is topped. We come down in this support into this support area. Maybe we reach the 50% retracement, 88K. Then the 100% extension target for the C wave should take us to 125K. But if it just extends once more, which it can easily do, 135K, that is very close to my broader, larger degree target. So it kind of adds up. But it's important that in the next larger correction, this pullback, the price doesn't break below 80K. Anyway, I'll keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.